Hello guys, welcome back to the best Python channel. So today we'll be creating a WhatsApp automation tool that would automatically send out WhatsApp messages. So we'll be creating a GUI app using Kinta and Python. So let's begin. Here I have my coding editor open. This is VS Code. So let's create a file, a Python file. WhatsApp pure enter. So let's start. So to create this app you need the following: PyWorkKit and Kinta. So let's install. It won't install because I already have the packages. So for you're creating, it's a first time, you'll need to install both of these packages. So let's just jump to the next step because it will take some time here. So you'll just do that: pip install PyWorkKit and pip install Kinta. So now let's import. After the installation, let's import the packages or the libraries from Kinta. Import and need to import the other library by WorkKit. So PyWorkKit. So PyWorkKit. So after that, let's create now at Kinta frame root equals tk root dot title. Now this is the title of the frame. Title this is tk lowercase k root what's that? Don't worry about the typos. We are all human. So root, set the geometry equals to 4 5 by 350. So this is the 4 5 is the x axis and 350 is the y axis. So you get that, you learn that in school. So root dot main loop. Let's close now the. So let's run and see. Let's run. What's taking so long here? Fixed handwriting is oh, it just opened. So as you can see here, we have a framed box with it doesn't have a maximum resolution. So we have to set the resizable to make it. We don't want it to we don't want to maximize or minimize it. So you can, for this app I'll set a a maximum width and a minimum height. So it is root dot resizable width equals 0 and height, let's set height to 0. So what this does, it makes the frame fixed. It makes it become a fixed frame so that we cannot expand or minimize the frame. So when we close that and then we run it again, it should be here. As you can see here, right away. So we now need a frame like this for this project. So let's create a label for this application. Label equal label, and then for everything you do in Tkinter, you must start with the root. So but it's just, that's what that's the name I gave it. You can name it any name. You can give it main, you can give it colon, anything. You can, it doesn't matter. So text equals to what's up automation. So now we are setting the text of this label. So we also want to set the font is equals to bold, but you can check out there are other fonts you can use, but for this we will be using bold. So you have to set the width equals 40 and foreground, FG means foreground, so the color that you want for the foreground, we will set it to white. And background will set it to black, BG in Tkinter it's BG, it's called black. Now we set the padding. So the padding for the x-axis in Tkinter, it's pad x and pad y. So it's pad x, here we'll set it to 10, and the padding for the x axis, or for the y axis, we'll set it to 13 equals 13. So we are done with that. So now let's set the grid. Here we'll be using the gridding system that comes with Tkinter. So label, as we defined it here in the first label with lowercase, because Tkinter uses label with uppercase. So label grid, and then now we set it. So the row will set it to 0, column span equals to 3, and the padding for the x axis is equals to pad x equals to 10, and pad y will set it to 10. Now let's use the place place method to now place the label where we want it in our frame, in our main frame. So label dot place. So what this tells Tkinter is where you want to place it in the x-axis and where you want to place it in the y-axis. You get it? So yeah, so we give it 10 and 10 and y equals 10. This is just basically x and y axis. So let's run that and see what happens. Let's wait it to run. We have some problems here. Bad option, column span, or column span. I'm sorry for that. So let's run it again. Yeah, as you can see, we have a cool looking frame and we have a cool looking label. So let's continue. So what we want to do next is create the entry box, the label and entry box for this frame. I already wrote this code, so I've already showed you how to write the label. So I'll just copy some of the code and I'll explain it. So let's do it. So here we have this. It's basically like the first one. So this one will comment. In Python we use the hash to comment. So here it will be form number 1. So as you can see here, label. So here we want to create an entry, a label for where we place the phone number for this project. So this project will basically need the phone number, the message, and the time that you want to send the message. So I created this label. As you can see, it's just basically like the first one. I've set the grid to row number R1, the padding x is equals to 10, and the padding y. So and then we placed it in the grid. We have used row 1, pad x, pad y, pad y 10 10, and then we will place it in the x-axis we place it 10, and in the y-axis we place it in 90 degrees. So I don't know if it is so, but it's 90. That's how we did it. So let's continue. Now we need to create the entry book, but let's first run this and see what happens. As you can see here, we have another label, phone number, and then format. I'll explain when I write the function for this project for sending now for automating message sending. So here we will write number string str equals to string variable so in Tkinter, string var means that anything that enters in that entry box is interpreted as a string, and that's what we want for this, because for the function, the script that we'll use to send the messages, the phone number and the message needs to be a string. So that's why we use this. And then now let me now copy this entry. I already wrote this code, so I know. I'll explain what it does now. So here, entry, as you can see here, entry 1 equals to entry. So for calling an entry box in Tkinter, you must capitalize the E. So here entry 1, and then as I showed you root, we set the width to 30. Text variable, now it's calling the variable that we set here. Number string goes to string var. So text variables takes that value into the entry. So or text variable now when we write number str as the text variable, the number of the string variable, now it interprets everything to a string. So here we set the bd is like the border is equals to 6, the font to set it to 14, and border width is equals to 6, and then entry 1 insert plus. So what this does, when you insert plus, it's like you are putting a value that you are just putting a value that it's like default value in that entry box. As you wait, let me run that code and let's show you. As you can see here, it has its default value plus. So it's just to make them more for other users, for users to make them more appealing, so that user can understand what's going on. So let's close it, and then now we want to grid the entry box. So that's where I wrote this entry.grid. We want to place it in row 1, column 1. We want to place it on a column span of 1, and pad x is equals to 10 and pad y is equals to 13. So that's it for that. So then we want to, now let's place it where we want it. As you can see here, it looks funny where it's placed, so we must place it at least below this phone number label. So let's write the code for that. So sorry for that. Yep. So entry 1 dot place. I want to place it in the x axis of 10 and y we want to set it to 120. So that will be our first form. Let's run this code and see. As you can see, now it looks more appealing. So now let's because you have seen how it's done for the first one, I'll just copy the second form for message and the third form, and now I'll show you how, and now we'll write the function that will do everything for us. So let's write label to form to controls. Form comment this form 2. So yes, that will be handling the message. So I've showed you this is the label here and how to write the label. So I'll be leaving this code on GitHub so that anyone can have fun with it. So here we have the message. As I told you, the string for Tkinter is for changing the value that we enter in the entry box to a string, to interpret it to a string. So that, as I showed you here, it's the default value in the entry box that you find. It's mostly done by most people just to make the app more interactive. So that's the second form. Let's run it and you will see. As you can see, message here, that looks great. So what we need to write next is we need to write the time. We need to create the time labels, and here we go. Time. I'm mostly doing this just because it will save us time, and I already wrote all of this code. So as you can see, it's just the label. Yeah, set time, clock, that. The other label, we placed it, and then we placed it somewhere on the frame. So and then now we need to create the entries for this, and now the button that will handle when you click that button, it will send it will now function. It will now send the request and send the message. So we copy this and I'll explain it. So as you can see here, you have another entry for insert 50. This is the entry that will do our time, and you have to say what this application does. It uses the 24-hour format, so you have to set the time in the 24-hour format. So this is the entry for the time, these two. Let's run it, and this is the button that will handle everything. So in Tkinter we write button. You have to capitalize everything when you start, and then in Tkinter we use command to run a function. Command basically means, as you can see here, command basically means you call a function and then you run it. So that's it. That's that. For I already showed you how to read and then place. So command is, I've explained it. So now let's run this and see how it looks. So WhatsApp not defined, or we have not written this function. So now let's get rid of that before we write the function. As you can see, now it looks amazing. So yeah, yep, everything looks great. So now let's write the functions that will handle everything that we do in this app. So the first function is we need to set a clock so that the user can see what is the time, so that he can choose the time that he wants to send. So we need to import time. Let's import time. Import time, and now let's write the function here. Let's write the function here. Comment again. Time function. Now here, this is the part that I wanted you to see and understand. So define local time, and so this is the name of the function, local time. So yeah, it's t equals time local time. I'm commenting it, so let's write it again. Define local. Basically this function will show the time, the local time of that area, so that the user can set the time correctly. So current time, and always try to rename your variable into something, your variables into something readable, so that other developers will not struggle with their code. str, you can find all of this in the time library, all of what I'm writing. Str time. So here I'm just setting the format, the time format, so that as it looks cleaner. And then here I'll just copy this, Control V. Yeah, Control V is used to like paste. These are just shortcuts that you may need once in a while here and there. So local able now here we'll set the config so that it shows up in this label that we created here, label 4. This is this label here. Yeah, now it doesn't show anything, but when we read this function and finish it, it'll show up here, and it'll show a clock. So a clock. Imagine making a clock. Config. Programming, it's so fun. So it's like the best thing you can do with your life. So it's local time. So this is just some text, and then now we add plus. Now the variable that we wrote here, current time, is plus. So plus current time, and then now we label 4 dot after, and then we write 200 local time. Yeah, I'm having a lot of typos. What's wrong with me today? So I think that's it. Local time. Yep. Is that correct? Or what's wrong? Not defined. Local time. Yeah, that's good. So now if you have learned about functions, you must know that you must call a function after your local time. That was the problem, local time. Hope you caught that. Today I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been having a lot of typos in this code. So let's run and see. This is the function that will show us the clock and the time. Label 4 not defined, so label 4.config. So let's run that again and see. Label 4 not defined. Oh, this must be happy. Tkinter is a very sensitive. You can't run another script before the others, so you must learn to follow to do to do things correctly. As you can see here, local time, we have a clock that shows the time, the local time of where I am. So that's it. So now let's write the function that will handle the sending of messages, so that when we click this button, the send button, it basically sends the WhatsApp message, and we can set the time that the message will be sent, so we don't have to wait there, and it just basically does everything for you. So yeah, let's define it. Let's write it here. Define. We can run that before the send button. So let's write it here. So it's WhatsApp. Always comment for readability. WhatsApp send. Now let's write the function. Define WhatsApp. Now let's not use try blocks now. So now let's write it number equal to entry 1 dot get, and then message equals to entry 2 dot get. So in Tkinter, to get the value that you inserted in the entry, you need to write dot get, so that you can get that value. So message, now let's get the time 1 equals to. So now here, these values in this library that you're using to automate this sending of messages, the time values need to be integers. So we need to specify in Python it is int. You need to specify as int, so that Python knows that that's an integer. So entry 3 dot get brackets, and then time 2 equals to integer entry 4 dot get then now let's write the main by what it. Let me call it, because I don't want to have a typo in this one. So now it's our main element. So yeah, let's paste pivot kit send message. So as you can see, variable here, number, message time 1. So when I found this script here, we needed to write a string of a number. Here was a string of a message, and here was an integer of the time, basically like let's say 3 or 03, and then here in time 2 you write now and 20 and 20, so that stands for minute, and then the hour or the time that the hour. So here it's the hour, and then here it's minute. So let's run this. No, wait, you need to now call the function, this WhatsApp function. So here, as I showed you, command equals WhatsApp. Yeah, that's how we call a function in Kinta. In Kinta, I don't know how we call it itself, so it's up to you. So let's run it. And let's try now sending the message. Hope this works. So, +254 713 and let's set the time to 19:53. Send. Plus this should be plus send. Now let's wait and see what happens. Imagine doing this and just leaving it run, continuing with the other things that you need to do, and letting your code do the work for you. So let's see. Let's wait for it to run. Let's wait. Hope it runs well. It's clearly stated here that the code will run in 18 seconds. So let's hope it runs well. As you can see, it opened up in the web browser. Let's wait. Let's pray it works. As you can see, I'm not touching anything. Send that message. Boom. Or is it because I'm using my own number? So let me try with another number. So let's try with the number. This was my personal number that I was using, so don't worry. So let's try with another number, 0716 33 672. So this is another number I'll be trying. So let's change the time to 44 to 45. Send. Let's see. Hope this works. So let me explain. Value button. So that is, let's see if so let's pray that it works. This was a fun project. Boom, and the message is sent. I just sent it to my brother. So that's it, I think. Yeah, the app looks great. It sends messages great. So you can use this to set a time and you can send it to your clients in the message. So this is an amazing project. Hope it helps you. So thank you. Peace.